So if you had $20,000 today to invest, what would you do?
I'm gonna let you answer for me. What two would I invest in?
Apple and Microsoft?
Big facts. Listen.
Split it
What
even.
my boy saying, Wolf of Wall Street? I'm not going nowhere.
My leader.
You got to stay with the ones that are working. I thought it was a great question, but regardless if it's 20,000, 200,000, 2 million, 20 million, 200 million, the strategy for me is going to be the same.
You put it in them individually, and then you're gonna do two indexes, obviously.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's like me asking, how many episodes y'all gonna put out on a Tuesday? Until y'all walk away. Every Tuesday, something coming out. Every Monday, we are going to be here. And the great thing, so I've been investing for a long time. Like even I was looking back at some of my notes from 2013. I'm like, man, look how far I've come. Like I look back now and I'm like, damn, I should have borrowed money. Like I don't agree with that bullshit Kiyosaki said about it. I owe 1.2 billion and it's the bank's fault if they go. Okay, I hear you. Because Wells Fargo come put you under the ground. So I hope you didn't borrow your money from them.
They're gonna want that money.
Big facts. But we're looking back, I'm like, damn, I should have borrowed a certain amount of money at a certain interest rate percentage, and knowing that I could have offset those gains and paid the loan. But so there's always revisionist history. But I think the biggest thing we have to focus on is number of shares equals how fast we get to having a high net worth. Like a lot of times we'll have a stock that we believe in, but we'll put more money into our bills than we will the investments that are going to take care of us long term. And I think that's a huge mistake. But that's propaganda, just like the Africans don't like African Americans. Anything that's like positive for us, they have propaganda to offset it. And I want us to dispel a lot of these myths so we can get rich together in 2024 and 2025.
It's important. Yeah, I mean the 20,000 thing. I only asked because, I mean, indexes are great. ETFs as well. Just being in that similar position, I remember being and having a certain amount of money and saying, all right, I'm going to get shares of Apple, but I'm also going to get XLK ETF because Apple's inside of it. And the allocation changes. I'm looking at it right now. Microsoft is actually leading the ETF. And that's new because Apple has been the leader inside of that as far as percentage for the past 3 to 4 years. But obviously with, the innovation that inside of AI and Microsoft being at the head of it with the acquisition of OpenAI, it's changed. And so not having all the exposure, still having Microsoft and Apple as a leader of an ETF at 43%, still a safe play. Still a safe
absolutely.
play. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's a great part about ETF and indexes. If something goes wrong in the allocation, they'll fix it for you.
Exactly.
There's nothing to think about. I keep saying it's like an all-star team. Like if Devin Booker isn't playing well, they're gonna sub him out and Steph's going to come in. Like you don't have to worry about much. I know sometimes we want to know so much information so we can talk about it amongst each other. And it's great to learn. But even like the American education system has been broken for a long time and it was paid for by the Rockefeller family. The modern American education system was paid for. And a lot of time there's a lot of disinformation to keep us from getting to where we need to be. The most important thing is to buy the best companies on earth so we can generate wealth if that's the true goal that we're going after. And someone also asked me, is it possible to invest in companies that basically are not doing nefarious business at some point? It's impossible to get to that scale. Once you get to the 500, 300 billion, there's some travesty or something wrong that is being done. That's why I let at the top of the show, all the mining that's being done in the Congo by some of our favorite companies, like that has to be addressed and has to be talked about. So maybe we can say that for another episode and we can have Shaka on and have those conversations. But the mining that's been going on in the Congo for the last however many years is something that we need to talk about. But there are no clean companies across the board. I wish there were, but.
So would you invest in Microsoft or Apple? If you had
Both.
to choose one. If you had to choose one.
For the first time in history, I'm gonna say Microsoft. Satya is a better CEO, in my opinion, right now than Tim Cook. For those of you who work at Apple corporate, I hope I don't end up in the email chain again. But Microsoft's just a better company. And I think the partnership with OpenAI, they are continuing to forge a path into the future. And let's talk about it. If we're going to be honest, they have a stranglehold on the enterprise sector, and Apple doesn't have as strong of a foot in that space. I think that space is a little bit more valuable. And for the first time in a long time, Microsoft has innovated a lot faster than Apple. I never thought I would say that. I never thought. And of course, I know there's been innovations in iOS and all that, but innovation that we can feel, I don't feel that the 14 or the 15 is dramatically different than the 12 or 11. That's just the bottom line truth. Now, if they can fix that, whew, 6 trillion market cap. But until then,
they can fix that, or they could shock us all and have something in the works in the AI field that nobody saw coming. That could also happen. And we can revisit the question. Nigel, shout out to Nigel. He's in the chat. He said, "Who's the Magnificent Seven?" They are Apple, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Meta, formerly Facebook. Yes. Those are the Magnificent Seven. I did the homework for you. There you go.
Elon got to get off that party powder, though. I said, damn.
It works.
That boy, he got Adderall powder. Boy.
He doing,
come on, Elon.
He's doing something different.
Stop. I feel like Cat Williams, you gonna do this right in front of me? Like, dang, okay. Got you.
To the moon.
Literally.
Spaceship.
Calling me. I'm in a zone.
Yeah.
Geeked up. Shafebo.
Ski.
Man.
Hitting the ski slopes. Hit the like button.
That's funny.
And share.
Can I get one? Ian, can I get one?
Yes.
This is interesting. What were you most wrong about last year?
I don't know. What was I wrong about? What they clip up? Whatever they put in the clip. I don't know. I don't remember what I was most wrong about.
Square probably would be the biggest. Right?
That was year before last.
That was
2 years ago.
Yeah, that's why I started thinking about. I
wear that on my jacket proudly.
I did a little self-reflection on that one when I saw the question pop, and I'm like, I'm not sure if it's maybe for 2023 it was wrong, but I still like the long term, and that was TSM.
Yeah.
It didn't have the year I thought it would. It didn't have a negative year. I think it was up maybe 2%, but I thought it would have a better performance based on the climate. But again, geopolitical factors are still prevalent inside of that company. But I'm still holding long term. And so while it's been consolidating around the $95 to $100 range, I've been adding more shares because I just believe in the company and the use case that it has, not just for like America, but for the world.
Yeah.
So it could reverse and something could happen and that could change. So it hasn't been a home run. It's been a bunt. I bunted this one. I bunted this.
I think I said Apple was going to come out with a wallet. I was wrong about that, or they haven't released it yet. So,
Meta.
Meta.
That was That was year before last too.
So that was 2022 at November 2022, going into 23. So I guess
they changed the name from Facebook to. What am I posting? I want y'all to go grab the post. The death of Facebook begins today. They changed the name, and then the metaverse thing didn't work.
Very clever. Yeah, Meta.
And then went to Facebook. Regardless of what people say, going back to Cat being the truth teller. Like when you tell truth, but also have a solution.
Yeah.
So shout out to everybody at HQ, everybody at the Hudson office, and all.
Pleasantly surprised by Meta. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, but if I was wrong, I'll say that I'm wrong about that. Shout out to Zuckerberg. But it caught some waves though.
Definitely caught a few.
It caught a few waves.
Yeah, they drown out the rest. The average percentage. It's all about the percentages.
Yeah, Nvidia up how much since, and I was on it before any analyst was calling that.
I could show y'all some screenshots so y'all could believe it.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Whole going up. I know they can't stand it.